What's up, guys, and welcome to Bring Her Back review. This is it, dude. This seals the deal for me, at least. The Philippou brothers are great directors. Just gonna go out and say that. Starting off on YouTube, the Raka twins, just making these crazy versus videos. It was so fucking awesome back in the day.
Oh, you really think you can win? I'm Superman, bitch. I can fly, baby. I can fly.
And just to see what they're making now, it's like Jordan Peele doing sketch comedy into doing Get Out and Us and Nope and all these fantastic movies. It's like, man, this was inside of you guys? What the fuck? Talk to me, an insanely good horror film, in my opinion. Not only from the film itself, but the hurdles that the brothers had to overcome in order to get that film done.
So we went the independent route, lost half the budget, and then it was supposed to be an 8-week shoot. We ended up, it dropped to a 7, then a 6, and a 5. So we had 5 weeks. We lost an extra $1 million out of the budget because we cast Sophie Wilde because she wasn't a name yet. Like,
just having like a true vision to knowing that they want this actress so bad that they'll take $1 million budget cut just to get her in there. That's dedication, and I love that shit. And you can feel that same dedication in this film. It was so crazy. This movie felt so different from Talk to Me. I was expecting a version of a horror film because we just got a horror film from them, but it was a completely different tone in every aspect. And not only a horror film, there was emotional moments that really fucking hit while you're terrified at the same time. It was kind of crazy. This movie starts in such a visceral way where you're seeing like almost found footage of these people doing this ritual to bring someone back. Something that they do with these films is they leave you with so many questions that are unanswered for you to fill in your own gaps. You know, every other horror film will just be like, well, let's go to the library and figure out where this thing really comes from. And then you have a whole montage of bullshit. Someone trying to figure out exactly what's happening and how to counter that thing exactly. No, you don't get that in these films, especially not in this one. A cast of actors that I didn't know at all, and they all hit perfectly, dude. Using the actress Sora Wong, who played the character Piper. In real life, she actually is visually impaired, and she obviously is in the movie. Yo, kids are fucking mean, dude. There's a scene in the beginning where they make fun of her vision, and this just made you really angry. But nonetheless, she was a sleeper hit, dude. You just didn't know what to expect acting-wise from her, and she just fucking hit the mark every time. But also in the way that they used her visual impairment to make these scenes so terrifying. They would change the depth of field where it would just be so sucked in onto her, and everything else would be blurred out, you know, giving you a sense of what she sees. And it was so effective in the film, where she would step into something dangerous or incredibly, you know, fucked up, and she just didn't know what was happening. And you're just like, oh my gosh, she gotta get out of there, man. And then the actor Bill Barrett, who plays her brother Andy, fantastic actor as well, dude. You just never know with younger actors that are unknown, and they just did so well. Tragedy takes place in the beginning of the film for Andy and for Piper. And you could really feel the grief from both of these characters, especially from Andy. The movie opens with a quote, "This is not a cult." There's a lot of cult shit happening, dude. And that helps in when you meet Sally Hawkins' character Laura and the weird shit starts happening. Dude, whenever there's like creepy moms, you know shit's gonna be awesome.
Stay safe. Stay reliable. Yeah?
Felt very Hereditary in that sense. And Sally Hawkins plays the loving, caring, giving mother and psychotic person very well. And when she starts doing these weird things that feel cult-like, you understand that quote where it's like, oh, it's not a cult. She's just trying to do a thing that's cult-like, and this is really fucked up. They did a lot of cool, whenever she was playing this happy, relatable character to the kids, her face is, you know, bright in the light and all that. And then there would be moments where she's doing weird, and her face would always be shrouded in darkness in the lighting. I thought that was a cool thing the DP did. I noticed it like halfway through the film, like, wait, her face is always in the dark when she's doing dark shit. And just adding little details to characters that makes you more immersed and makes everything more believable. Like the fact that Laura is a grief counselor. So her diagnosing these kids all the time, like, you're feeling like this because of this. When normally in movies, people do that and you're like, how the fuck do you know that? You were a psychiatrist? Where she actually deals with this stuff on a daily basis. Just like, oh yeah, she would think in this way. It just makes more sense. It might have been too on the nose for some people, but for me it worked. I thought that was a great detail. And then there was the knife scene. it's still haunting me. I love that the Philippou brothers don't pull back and just throw some CG on it. They really, you know, do their part in using practical effects and making sure the sound design is perfect.
Do you know how we did it?
How?
We had a microphone like this. We were in the sound designer's studio, and I was like, get me a knife. And then like we got the knife, I put it in my mouth, and I did the action, and we recorded it. And that's why it sounds like, oh my God.
Giving it a more visceral and skin crawling effect where like, even if you were to look away, you're still hearing these sounds and it's still f***ing you up, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like they pull from every avenue of the horror genre, whether it be psychological or physical. Dude, the body horror in this movie is so gruesome, yet so effective. Like some other horror films just do just for the sake of that, like The Terrifier. Using rain as a horror element, I never thought I could be afraid of like the sound of a shower raining outside. That used to be wholesome for me, dude. Now it kind of creeps me out. Again, while, you know, it feels like they're paying homage to a bunch of other horror films, they're very much doing their own thing, and I think it's fantastic. This, for me, was better than Talk to Me. It showed that they could really give you a good film while also delivering good horror. It was like a drama horror movie. It was cool, dude. And they are not afraid to get dark. Like, stuff happens and you're like, oh, that's really fucked up. But you need that in horror films, you know, like it's not all sunshines and rainbows, dude. It's horror, and fucked up things need to happen. But yeah, I think I give this movie a knife scene out of 10. But really, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I thought it was fantastic. I think I give it like a 9.2 out of 10. I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 because I feel like these guys are going to make another film that just blows me away, and I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. This was a great movie. But with that, I bid you adieu. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one. So take care now, and bye-bye then. Ta-ta.